All right, on this breaking edition of The Burning Question, let me introduce our panelists. I have Major General K.K. Sinha, a defense expert, joining us on the show this evening, along with Deepak Vora, former diplomat. Ambassador Vora will be joining us in a few seconds. Air Marshal Sanjeev Kapoor joining us live today, along with Suhas Tejaskanda, who's a defense analyst, and Major General A.K. Sivach also joining us live. Colonel Shailendra Singh and General Sivach are in our studios this evening. Let me go across to the first breaking news update that we had. First up, the first breaking news update this evening of that critical meeting where the Navy Chief has met the Prime Minister a short while back. We had pictures of the Navy Chief leaving 7 LKM, the official residence of the Prime Minister. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval was also at that meeting. It's at a time when the Navy is holding live firing drills. I'd like to go across and start with General K.K. Sinha. Okay, there's a pictures of the Navy Chief earlier today leaving the residence of the Prime Minister. And it's a significant meeting, given the backdrop of the live firing drills. It's a face-to-face situation. I'll just walk to the wall because I want to, while I ask this question, I want to go across to General Sinha and show you a little bit about the firing drill and why this becomes critical. In the course of the last 2 days, and I'll just pull up that wall if my producers can help me pull up that wall, there is a almost eyeball-to-eyeball situation, not technically eyeball-to-eyeball, but that's how close the Indian and Pakistani navies are and have been in the last couple of days. That is the Pakistan Navy live firing drill position, and this is the Indian Navy live firing drill position off the coast of Porbandar. The end date scheduled is today. It's scheduled to end today, but the situation is tense. The firing drill continues. We'll tell you why there has been another advisory that's gone out. But General Sinha, on the backdrop of this, 85 nautical miles is a separation, 85 nautical miles between both the navies. The meeting of the Navy Chief with the Prime Minister becomes extremely significant. I'd like to get your views on that. General Sinha.
Good evening, Niranjan.
Good evening,
Jai Hind. See, this time, when we are more or less, face to face, in all front, in an integrated way, the naval prong of us doing a live, firing drill very near to Karachi with 85 nautical miles, what you said, and that includes our EEZ. And and very clear instructions they have told. NOTAM has been issued saying that anyone who venture in this area is on peril. That is the bottom line. That anyone, not only in the Pakistani ships, anyone venturing in that area can be in their own peril. And this was also a signal to Chinese if the Chinese Navy is loitering around there. Mind you, in this area, you have not shown Godar and then Chabahar.
Yeah.
In Chabahar area, when we say, which is in Iran, we have got some ships of the Navy which has already moved. And in between sandwiched is your, Godar. Godar has not come up. But it is known to everyone. This is basically a naval base of China. They wanted to have a naval base at Godar. And also the Pakistanis have moved their 74 F-16 very nearby out of 84 F-16 in Godar area. So there is a standoff. In Karachi, there is J-10, J-17 and F-16 also placed over there. So that is what the scenario is. When we say, you just take it as a wargaming at this stage. When you put a blockade, naval blockade with a might of that, you have got 2 flotilla moving in that area. 2, aircraft carriers gives you a capability to have 2 flotilla. You can choke that area, even a fly can pass through. What to talk about in a Pakistani, they can be choked in that. And I am very sure that the Chinese are not coming for the mercy of Pakistani even they. This is the right time. And today there is some indications has come. Today NSA and the Naval Chief was there with the Prime Minister. We have done very, very strategically. Say we start our operation retribution to the Pakistan today. So these forces from the firing positions can move. And it is a very easy when you have got two wings. You have got Chabaha, you have got this. In between, when the Godar is there, Godar is also the CPAC, the terminal from where the Chinese wanted to do it. Chinese will even not react to this because it is still not militarized in the way the Pakistanis have been thinking that it is theirs. Even China has not declared it at this stage. So as we are concerned, it is a Pakistani port which is there. 2 days back, you have seen a port. Again in Arabian Sea, the Prime Minister was there and they have opened it. So there is something in the maritime domain, if you see, it is coming in the way. Because it is an integrated battle which we are going. This is the first time we have got, if the staff system is not there, we have got a CG system where we have the integrated battle. And the synergy which we are going to, from there, this is my take. This is my take. It can be a very, very strong prong which we are going to put it, and we must do it. First, we can choke them. We can stand off, can carry on for some time. Can mobilize all along this, because it is a long drawn battle, Niranjan. We should not hurry up in the way the pressure is coming from, people are very jittery, why something is not coming. The kinetic part, we can have a non-contact. This is something called non-contact warfare, which is actually a 21st century, thing above the horizon strategy. Which the Americans are doing in Houthi. When you see in Yemen what they are doing it, above the horizon strategy. But India has not. India will not do that. India will go for an integrated system, and our targets are many and options are many.
So that brings me to the second breaking that I have. It's linked exactly to the last few points that you made. I'm giving you the second bit of breaking news update, and I also have, a report in my hand. Can I give you the second breaking story on the show this evening? The second breaking update that I have. Yes, Pakistan's artillery ammunition shortage limits warfighting abilities to just 4 days. Just 4 days, and I have the report with me that details out, what and why, their arms deals, their implications. It's going to be testing. Of course, we have studied our enemy. We know exactly the strengths and weaknesses of Pakistan and where we can tire them out, deplete their resources. Colonel Shailendra, do you want to take that on the situation? I just want to make one small point, and I'll toss it to you. I have details here. Story begins in 2022. Russia-Ukraine war igniting a global scramble for ammunition. Pakistan was grappling with a spiraling economic crisis, right? They've supplied arms to Ukraine as well. They shipped out 42,000 122 mm BM-21 rockets, 60,000 howitzer shells, 130,000 120 mm rockets, 364 million earnings in all, $364 million. 80% of the profits allegedly siphoned off to the Pakistan Army's headquarters in Rawalpindi. Arms exports skyrocketed to $415 million. 3,000% surge from the previous year's $13 million. But at the end of it, they're depleted. They can't last more than 4 days.
Jai Hind, Namaskar. You see, we have always been telling that the lust for money which Pakistan Army has, because whatever is the economic downfall of that country, the army doesn't change, the politician doesn't change, they still want earning. Now, just in the pretext that yes, they are exporting all these ammunition, they would have actually underestimated with their typical mentality that India attack nahi karega. Well, yes, we will not attack. I still maintain, we will not attack. You have made us put a war on terrorism. And if you are, which we know you definitely are, standing with terrorism in terms of ISI, army and your government, well then, yes, be rest assured, it is coming your way without fail, in a big way, and such a big way that even if what you are talking about 4 to 6 days of ammunition, we will widen up your front so much that let me see that this 4 to 6 gets diminished to what level. And let me also tell you, Pakistan has done the biggest mistake that they did not keep that so-called, reserves or anything.
Yeah.
They kept doing business on it. And that is now turning out to be their nightmare. Yeah. And that is why it was not a conference called by Munir of the Corps Commanders.
Yes.
It is the Corps Commanders who had demanded this meeting of Munir. Ke, bhai sahab, where are you sending us?
Where are we? Yeah.
Where are we?
Exactly.
Our troops are resigning.
Can we show the picture on air, please, while Colonel Shailendra makes that point of that
You
meeting that took place?
see, when
Picture.
Munir is not going to face the music of the shortage of ammunition. It is the troops on ground. The corps commanders are the one who will be actually so-called managing the war. Munir will not manage anything. Usko to bacha hi kuch nahi hai. He has already sent his family out, so he is very sure that the day I require, I can also flee off before the Pakistani Janta will kill him or do whatever Janta is saying, because the Janta is very clearly saying, इस दहशतगर्दी के पीछे वर्दी है, and that वर्दी is straight away pointing towards Munir.
Yeah.
Be rest assured that Munir is in trouble and he is taking his country into a bigger trouble. Otherwise, Shahbaz should have been an intelligent man when Nawaz said, भारत से मत उलझो.
Yeah.
बहुत बड़ी बात उन्होंने इसलिए कही because he knows that you are economically not strong, you are militarily not strong, there is no comparison of your navy with the Indian Navy, and their own one of the very high so-called ranking officers had said, if Indian Army is 4 times bigger to you, if Air Force is six times bigger to you, and Navy is 8 times bigger to you, you will not be able to fire. You will not be able to win this war. In fact, I call it very beautifully, I have thought about it, that Pakistan has got a itch. उसको खुजली होती है और उस खुजली को satisfy करने के लिए उसे 25 साल लगते हैं. Every 25 years, it requires that slap on that itch so that they keep quiet for next 25 years. I think this time there is going to be a change. And it's a declared change. We are coming across the length and breadth of Pakistan. We'll get down to the depth of Pakistan. In fact, even now when Prime Minister is saying, he is not saying Pakistan, he is saying cross-border terrorism.
Yeah.
Why Pakistan is panicking? Because you are the people who are doing it.
So I'm getting
we don't have any doubt in it. I think Pakistan also doesn't have.
Yeah, I have another breaking news update, and I'm going across to General. Just another breaking news update that we had of what Pakistan has tried to do today. It's one thing to have limited reserves, and it's another to expend those reserves to just, burn them all. And the other breaking news update that we had right now of Pakistan and its reckless act of provocation. They have tested a missile called Abdali. Abdali weapon system, it's a short-range surface-to-surface ballistic missile, reported range of 450 kilometers, was tested as part of an exercise called Indus in India. Response coming in that, General Sivach, that this is a reckless act of provocation. One, you don't have enough weapons, and then you do this.
Absolutely. See, point about Pakistan is, Pakistan cannot sustain a war more than 3 to 4 days. It's not only that they do not have ammunition, whether it is artillery or a tank ammunition, they do not have a diesel and petrol for their vehicles. The tanks cannot run more than 50 kilometers. And now the Navy, we are doing exercise on international water. Our Navy has a capability of choking and cutting the supply chain. Now what will happen in case war take place? They will raise their hand within first 4 days. And that is the irony as far as Pakistan is concerned. Pakistan have no reserves, neither in terms of ammunition, nor in terms of aircraft, nor in terms of basically naval power. Now, as far as the Pakistan is concerned, 2-3 things are happening. Once they know it, that conventionally they cannot win a war against India, and that's why they had this policy of bleed India with 1,000 cut by hybrid warfare, and they were trying to do asymmetric warfare, which this time they have been caught on the wrong foot. Because the point is, this time India has told them in no uncertain terms that enough is enough. We are not going to strike only on the terrorist camp. We are also going to strike to those who basically take care of these terrorists. Basically what Prime Minister has hinted without telling any name, it is Pakistan Army and ISI which is basically sponsoring, training them, financing them, and then trying to send toward India. And Pakistan is now really worried. Now they have started another issue, they are now doing rhetoric of having a nuclear weapon. They have time and again you find that their ministers are telling that the nuclear weapon which they have not kept them in a showcase. In case if required, we can use a nuclear weapon. They must realize that nuclear weapons are not weapon of war. They are only weapon of deterrence. No stable country talk about this sort of language. They must understand, though India has no first use policy, but we have a credible second strike capability. In case in Pakistan make a mistake of using a tactical nuclear weapon also, it will be suicidal for them, because we will be able to wipe out Pakistan from the map of the world. The reason is simple, we have tried. We can fire from the air, we can fire from ground, we can fire from sea, and we can fire from under the sea. We have already moved SSBN today. They will not know where are our submarines with the nuclear weapon. So they must realize that. Can they use tactical nuclear weapon? I think no. They can't use it. It is rhetoric. It is just to, for their own consumption of their domestic population. That's what all they are trying to build up. But point today is Pakistan ready to fight a war? I think it is a big no. Not only that, the more time we'll take on, the better for us, because the money which is being spent on the mobilization in Pakistan is hurting their economy.
Yeah.
How much is the reserve they have? Just about $12 billion. Cannot look after more than 15 days of import. And how much money they are spending in mobilization in per 10 days? $1.3 billion. How long this, even the foreign reserve will last? We have already gone to the world phenomena, including United Nations Security Council, to declare Pakistan as a terrorist state. Also, Financial Action Task Force to put them on a grey list for money laundering and terrorist funding. And third, what we are trying to convey is that no country should give any weapon to Pakistan. And I think it's now remains isolated, except Turkey, China, and you can say Azerbaijan, which are the countries which are trying to support Pakistan. But I think it is more of showing off rather than actually doing it. Neither China nor Turkey will come out of way to help Pakistan. Pakistan will meet its fate. Pakistan is going toward a civil war. It seemingly looks to be that Pakistan will break into four, whether it is Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan, Sindh, or Punjab, and POJ can Gilgit Pakistan, which is legally part of India, will join India in time to come. That's how it's looking at the situation unfolding in time to come.
So I have another breaking news update. Quickly, let's get our viewers the breaking news update. Every 2 to 3 minutes, one breaking news update coming in. This one of a telephonic conversation that took place. Telephonic conversation that took place between Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and the Minister of External Affairs, S. Jaishankar. Getting in details of the call, foreign ministers discussed this is a readout, by the way, from the Russian side, so it's the Russian version of it. The foreign ministers discussed current issues of Russia-India cooperation, as well as the escalation of India-Pakistan relations following the terrorist attack near the town of Pahalgam. Sergei Lavrov of Russia calling for resolution of agreements, resolution of disagreements between New Delhi and Islamabad. Resolution. Ambassador Vora, we're still stuck on resolution of disagreements between New Delhi and Islamabad through political and diplomatic means on a bilateral basis in accordance with the provisions of the Simla Agreement and the Lahore Declaration, which we, by the way, just scrapped. We've scrapped the Simla Agreement. So I don't know what Russia is talking about.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Always a pleasure to be on your outstanding channel. You, of course, are brilliant. And then you have 3 outstanding Indian soldiers over here,
sir,
highly decorated. What am I, a diplomat, doing here? Nevertheless, let me try and give you an answer. And I'll begin, sir, by quoting my favorite actor, Rajkumar. When people ask, kya aap maroge unko? Hum marenge jani, banduk bhi hamari hogi, goli bhi hamari hogi, waqt bhi hamara hoga, zameen to waise hi hamari hai. I think this message has to go across. Now, sir, if you give me a minute or two,
go ahead, sir,
let me tell you that I had a conversation this afternoon on a US channel. There was a Pakistani fellow and I was there. And I asked that chap that, why haven't any of you condemned the killings in Pahalgam? So he said, it's a lovely day here. I said, I've asked you a question. Will you respond? And then he sort of went in some convoluted thought process. I said, if these chaps had been Muslims who were slaughtered, what would you say? Haan ji, Musliman ko nahi marna chahiye. I said, they were kafirs. Does that have no meaning? Do their lives not have any sanctity? Then again, he got lost. He wouldn't answer my question. This is the mindset, sir. We are fighting a losing war against the mindset. Sir, हिंदी में कहते हैं सांप का जो जहर होता है उसके फन में होता है. इन कमीनों का जहर इनके मन में है. Now look at the confusion. Chanakya, our guru, my guru, has talked about Samdam Bhed Dan. Bhed is deception. Bhed is information warfare. Bhed is sowing doubt in the enemy's mind. Let me tell you, sir, what has happened. They have an ambassador in Washington, I forget the fellow's name, and he has given a media interview saying, we cannot fight India. India is much bigger than us.
You're talking about
They
Hussein
beat the
Haqqani?
hell out of us.
Are you talking about Hussein Haqqani?
No, sir, not Hussein Khan. This is their present ambassador.
Present ambassador,
Who says
okay.
we can't. He gave an interview to an American newspaper. So we can't fight India. They're much bigger, much stronger. On the other hand, his defense minister says, "Ajao, hum marenge tere ko. Hum aapse zyada shaktiशाली hai."
Yeah.
This is the total confusion. They don't know what's going on. And then that mad mullah Munir, sir, these pictures that they show of this character, take it from me, sir. He's not there. These are doctored images. He has absconded, sir. Where he has gone, probably Turkey. He knows he's going to get trashed, and he will be blamed if we eliminate Pakistan. Now, sir, we've also seen other signs of confusion. You remember that Billy Bunter fellow, that very fat chap who used to be the chap who sells bhutta, some bhutta fellow. He used to, a very huge fellow like a son. And he said, blood will flow and this will happen, that will happen. Now he's suddenly quietened down. This suggests that all is not well. So when the UN Secretary General called, our foreign minister, external affairs minister took the call. There the prime minister grabbed the phone from his foreign minister and said, let me talk. When Marco Rubio called, he spoke to his Indian counterpart. There he wanted to speak to his Pakistani counterpart. In total violation of protocol, the Paki PM grabbed the phone and said, let me talk. They are totally confused. They are panicking. So this is what I make of it. I've been ambassador in 6 countries. I've seen this level of lack of coordination where everybody is trying to show that he is the person who can save the situation. None of them will be able to. Let me just conclude by saying, sir, Pakistan has been playing with fire. Now it's time to burn it. They say that India will fight a 2-front war. Pakistan is fighting a 5-front war, sir. And the result of this is going to be the breakup of that country. Sir, Pakistan's continued existence in its present form is no benefit to mankind. Its disappearance in its present form is no loss to mankind.
Yeah, well said, Ambassador. And I have a picture here that I just want to show our viewers. I go across to Air Marshal Sanjeev Kapoor. This is Pakistan reactivating its terror launchpads. We have some pictures that we accessed in our newsrooms. Our reporters, editors getting in more details from the army and our sources in the defense establishment. They've reactivated their launchpad in Samani in POK at a time when they're cleaning up their seminaries, anticipating a strike. Air Marshal Sanjeev Kapoor, what do you make of Pakistan's, the kind of messaging that's coming out of Pakistan? Like Ambassador Vora said, the political establishment is completely, Marco Rubio, for example, if he spoke to Pakistani Prime Minister, the message that he sent to India is that India is in its right to defend itself, which means that's America telling us that even if we strike Pakistan, they will be by our side. So, how do you read the developments today, Air Marshal?
See, told that before also. The body language on the 22nd of April of the Prime Minister showed somehow that he was not aware of this Pahalgam. Means the army chief didn't keep him in picture. Like Nawaz Sharif didn't keep, the Pervez Musharraf did not keep Nawaz Sharif in picture in 1999. Something like that has happened. Now the political leadership has inherited something which they were not aware in my mind. Second issue is it's a much bigger and a larger plot. It has to be seen in conjunction with the trade war that is going on between America and China. Large number of companies want to relocate to India and want to establish business. And somewhere when India and Pakistan get into this fight, which may be orchestrated with help of certain other countries too, it's a trap probably which they want India to walk in. The previous issue which I feel politically is the farmers' protest, the CA's protest, and the other protests which have been going on, which the deep state has been involved. I find some sort of a similarity this time also. Now, wait and watch game is the best thing to do, which our political leadership is falling down. One, which you have all discussed, is it will tire them out. Second is the clarity which will emerge in due course that who are the people who are standing with us during this time. It is always at the time of crisis that you find who are your true friends. Also, I covered in a couple of channels the other day, it gives time for us to collect our escalatory conflict matrix. It is not we fight and after 2 days or 3 days we don't know how to. So it's like a game of chess. Each move is calculated, and on an escalatory ladder, what all do you need? You need bombs, you need spears, you need rotables, you need other equipment. Now, quite a few of them for the Army and Navy are indigenous, but Air Force, most of the equipment that comes is imported. Our lines are stretched, our fuel reserves, weapon reserves, and other manufacturing hubs across the country, I'm sure at this stage must be going on. Both Israel and Russian war have told us that wars are going to be long and prolonged. And in case we are fearing that Pakistan may not be, able to sustain more than 4 to 5 days, they may be getting some help from their neighbors, which we don't know. So for all these contingencies, I'm sure the government and the services at this stage would be sitting and preparing. And of course, the specialists now have discussed the various options that are going on. But I am very clear that we will strike at a place and time. And both after 2016 Uri and Balakot, we took away a lot of things from them. We took away the most favored nation status. We took away a lot of trade and other benefits which they had. And of all the wars that we have fought with them, we have never tinkered with the Indus Water Treaty, which before this conflict itself, we have put it in abeyance. So this is an indication that how serious the leadership is all about. And I'm sure in the times to come, we are going to choke them economically, politically, diplomatically, and of course, Mr. Vora is here. I feel it will be driven by the Ministry of External Affairs. If you recall, after Balakot strike, the briefing was done by the Foreign Secretary. It was a military action, but the briefing was done by the Foreign Secretary. And now, if you recall, when the Prime Minister got in from Saudi Arabia, cutting short his trip, he was received by the Foreign Secretary at Parliament. The briefing done to the Prime Minister was done by the Foreign Secretary. So it is the diplomatic channel which should be first put to use, taking the other neighboring countries and our allies into confidence, taking the world opinion onto our side, and parallelly build up for a large-scale conflict which may prolong. That is my take.
Yeah. I'm just looking at that video that's playing on the screen, and you have, robotics now in use. It's a fantastic video. Just look at that video. I mean, you look at this video, and then you talk about, we're having a discussion about Pakistan's reserves not lasting more than 4 days. And I have another breaking news update that I just want to quickly give all our viewers right now. The next bit of breaking news now coming in. That mariners, there's a navigational warning for mariners in the Arabian Sea. Now, this warning has gone out today. It's a warning to mariners as the firing drills continue. The ships in that region have been advised to avoid the area during this period. So, it was a known fact that these drills were ongoing. And despite that, there has been another alert that's come in. This is the Indian Hydrographic Office that has given out a navigational warning for mariners, saying that a military exercise involving live firing by Indian Navy ships and aircraft, Indian Navy ships and aircraft off the coast of Porbandar, India in the Arabian Sea, and hence ships are advised to avoid the area during this period for safety. Let me see if Suhas is there. I'll just get Suhas. Is Suhas with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi. Okay. Quickly, Suhas, on we speak about modern warfare and technology playing a part in that. And I was playing that video. If you can just go back to that video on the use of robotics, for example. And the reason why that caught my eye is because, strangely, China put out a video a few days back of their military drills, right? I remember seeing that video and I said, okay, so China's trying to send a message. And this video came out well in time, far more superior, sending out a bigger message to everyone who's perhaps trying to posture at this time.
Yeah.
Hi, Suhas, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ranjan, you are absolutely right. for a change, let us talk something about the modern warfare, unmanned warfare. Let us keep aside your nuclear bombs. Let us keep aside your ships, your vessels, your artillery, and everything. We have already learned a big lesson from two wars, that happened recently. Now, looking at the economic condition that the Pakistan today in, do you think the exercises that Abdali or whatever they're doing, are they going to hit us with missiles and rockets? Definitely no. पूरा स्टॉक दिवाली जैसे खर्चा कर देंगे तो तीसरे दिन कुछ भी नहीं बचेगा. We have all discussed about it. So what will be their next strategy? This is more of a tricking that I would feel. The strategy would be more based on loitering munitions, long-range loitering munitions with small warheads. That would definitely be a pain in the ass to us, right? That's how the warfare is going to happen. And it's more of an economic and efficient warfare that's going to do. If you have recalled, a couple of months ago, China has ordered 1 million loitering munitions with one of its companies, right? Where is all that going? It's pretty cheap. If we can recall the Iran and Israel warfare, each loitering munition, if I have to talk in Indian INR, it costed only 15 to 20 lakh rupees to make. But the rockets and missiles to hit them costed more than $1 to $1.5 million, spending, in Iron Dome roughly about $1.4 billion per attack. That's where your country is going into a financial crisis. So I don't see any conventional warfare happening. I am so sorry. I see a lot of these happening on TVs showing, but this is not the way the next gen warfare is going to happen. It's going to be more of an aerial dominance. If you look at the Pakistan, they were quite, they have the UAV strength today with Barak, the Blaze loitering munitions they recently launched, and TB2, Bayraktar, Akini, and all these they have got in place. Well, with V2 also have got some Herons and Hermes in place, but they're more of a surveillance grade. We have been developing here something equivalent as well. But I think we should be focusing more on this particular warfare. The robotic mules that you see, these are the next generation warfare, and not your human carrying your gun or your ship going somewhere. No, it's very costly. Nobody can afford that warfare now. We're going 10 years back.
Yeah.
This economic warfare and efficient warfare is going to be the future warfare. And I'm sorry, we have to be prepared for that. Not whatever is being shown. It's just a decoy or what we call a tricking.
Come on, you can't completely dismiss conventional warfare. Come on, Suhas. I know you have an interest there, but you can't completely dismiss it. Strong views here in the studio. Everyone's looking very, very angry with you there, Suhas. How dare you say that? But before
Let me ask you a question here.
yeah, it's not. It is not. It's not. I mean, you can't dismiss it. He's got an interest.
Don't do this gimmicks.
He's got an interest.
Don't do this gimmicks.
Yeah, he's got an interest.
No. We should not do this gimmicks.
Okay, General Sinha, I'll give you. Okay, you want to respond to him? You can. Please go ahead.
Do this gimmicks.
Okay, but I think let's do this. Let's do this, General Sinha. I'll do one thing. I won't open this up or scratch this wound further because we have to be one. We'll take this offline. Okay, I'm not taking that. But I have another breaking news update. Let's quickly get in the next breaking news update. I was particularly alarmed after hearing this. Let's get the next breaking news update, please. Serious concern that a constable, Munir Ahmad of the 41 Battalion of CRPF, has been dismissed from service with immediate effect for concealing his marriage to a Pakistani national, knowingly harboring her beyond the validity of her visa. His actions were found to be in violation of service conduct and detrimental to national security. Is a statement that's come out from the CRPF. Extremely serious, alarming. General Sivach.
Yeah, very good. See, the point is that first of all, he is married to a foreign national, and then she has come and stayed. You're supposed to...
A Pakistani national.
A Pakistani national, and you have to take the permission and all. I don't think he has taken that also.
He's concealed facts.
And now, absolutely. So there are, as per the law, as per the CRPF law, he is a blameworthy. Now you will find a disciplinary action will be taken against him, and he will get the harshest punishment. It may be possible that his service may be dismissed. But the fact is, as to how a foreign national was staying with him and no one was knowing it, how come the CRPF had not able to know about it? So, but she not the only one. The point today is a cause of concern is that once we have now realized that there are so many Pakistanis which were staying here whose visa has expired or they have no permission. Now we realize it. So these are the sleeper cell and these are the overground workers can be functional. So why have we not really gone into this detail? And I am trying to convey this is only this side. What about Bangladesh border as to how many illegal migrants have entered in India and they are staying in India, and over a period of time they have become more Indian than Indians because they have got Aadhaar card, they have a voter card,
ration card,
and they have a ration card. So
this, no, I'll tell you, sir. You know, there was a sound
very serious.
Sir, there was a soundbite that came in a few days back. I'll go across General Sena and Ambassador Vora, and I'll come to Colonel Shailendra Singh. It said this Pakistani guy, he's standing at Atari, and he's almost breaking down. And he said, "I've been here for 17 years. I've studied here. I was just about starting my life here. I've got a ration card."
What it means?
He's got a ration card.
He's got a voter card. He's voting.
Voter card. And he says, I was doing so well and this is so heartbreaking. Like he was fighting for his human rights standing at Atari. What a shame, Ambassador Vora. What a shame. I don't know how many of them do we have. And there's a story in Karnataka because I was just speaking to the team there. And they said there are 91 Pakistani nationals in Karnataka. And the government there, and the people there, the officials there, saying off record, they're here on long-term visas. We can't trace them. We can't trace them. We don't know where they are. We can't chase them out. I mean, it is insane, Ambassador Vora.
Well, I don't believe this at all, that they can't trace them. It's very easy in this day and age with recognition, with iris and with fingerprints, etc. Very easy to do it. But yes, we are a country of 140 crores. A couple of people hiding here and there, we'll ferret them out. So I just wanted to respond to the kind of warfare that one of our colleagues mentioned with utmost respect to him. I was your ambassador to Armenia when Azerbaijan beat the hell out of them using drones. But ultimately, sir, the territories that Azerbaijan occupied, it wasn't drones occupying them, sir. It was boots on the ground. Similarly, what Israel is doing in Gaza, they are using all kinds of warfare method to beat the hell out of the Gazans. But it's the Israeli army that's there, sir. It's not some computer sitting there, now I control the land. So ultimately, you can't avoid boots on the ground. Whatever highfalutin ideas we may have about wars of the future, wherever the Americans are going, they've come back to Bagram Air Base. You know this, sir. You know it better than I do. And the Houthis are firing their missiles, etc. The Americans are going to clobber Iran. They have now got a very large number of troops there. It's not just American drones that are going to beat Iran. So it's going to ultimately have to be boots on the ground. So this is a given for all times to come, however much we might want to concede it. Finally, I'll just say this, sir, that thanks to the outstanding diplomacy that we practice, and Air Marshal, thank you very much for your compliments to my service. We have the best foreign service in the universe, in human history, and the best foreign minister. May I just say, sir, that what we have done is totally isolate Pakistan internationally. I myself am special advisor, 3 African countries, and they keep asking me, listen, Mr. Ambassador, these guys keep troubling you. Why don't you make sure that they are never able to trouble you and the rest of the world again? Now, what more can I say? These are African nations who like to be very friendly, very peaceful and all that stuff that we talk about. But they know that we are being hurt. They know that their best friend in Asia is India, not China. They don't like China at all. So they are asking us, get out and beat the hell out of these fellows so they don't rise against us. I believe that is what we are going to do. Yeah. But, as my hero Rajkumar said, Waqt hamara hoga, at a time and place of our choosing.
Yeah. Completely agree with you. One quick, I just wanted to share this update because we've been able to trace out, are these the terrorists we're going to go after? When the Prime Minister and the government says we're going to smoke them out, chase them to the ends of the earth and bury them under the earth. Now, these are the people we are talking about. Hafiz Saeed, Zakiur Rahman Lakhvi, Maulana Yusuf, Hafiz Khalid Wahid, Nasir Javed, Yahya Mujahid, Azam Chima, Yusuf Muzammil, Saifullah Khalid, Umar Safian, Abu Anas, Hafiz Talha, Haji Abdul Aziz Alvi, and their commanders sent to Kashmir to carry out the attack, Hashim Musa, and the 3 cowards who came to Pahalgam. General Sinha, my question to you is, we had some breaking news come in that there was an update that was shared that they perhaps were on, or suspects were on a flight to Colombo. We don't know, maybe that was a hoax, but we're still waiting for more details of that. But our eyes are on this matrix and Hafiz Saeed especially. How do you see us tackling Hafiz Saeed? General Sinha.
Niranjan, if you take the list, there was 27 more. What you have shown,
Yes.
27 more, most wanted Indian. They have been eliminated in Pakistan. How we have done it or how it has been done, it is a matter of conjecture. I will not touch. But the list which you have shown, this is the only way that you force the Pakistan through, that they hand over, because they hand over or we smoke them out, as has been told. The way we have eliminated 27, these people will also be eliminated. They will be eliminated maybe by fire, maybe fire actually on ground operations or my clandestine. And we have got the capability. We were waiting for this, go. Only thing I have, through you, I want to tell the countrymen who are listening that please don't be in hurry. It is a long drawn battle. It is a synergic and ideal condition. It is the total ideal conditions which the Israelis don't have, Americans don't have. The way the Americans are retaliating with the Houthi in Yemen, they are still thinking that they are in 70s and they can do it. They are not able to do it. But we, as you were talking, I will just take that point which is very important. If you see from Ahmedabad or Gujarat right up to the Gulf of Oman, that is area where we are talking about Chabahar, that is getting blocked. You take it from me, it is getting blocked in 3-4 days. You will come to know.
Yeah.
This is getting blocked. From our side, the area is blocked. Our maximum, what is our concern? Overground workers. I know that 12,000 overground workers in Jammu and Kashmir.
12,000.
You have said, that these people are sitting everywhere. 12,000. This is the figure of 2015, which was reduced to 9,000. There was a list. We have just taken 100. We have to sort it out. I commanded 51 sub-area in, that chicken neck area which you are talking about in that Guwahati. All around that area, in Dhubri area, there are number of overground workers still. We have not gone all out. There is a requirement for 80% problem we will solve. Because this time it is not disintegration of Pakistan, defeating Pakistan. What is the moratorium and what is the terms of reference is given to us? Smoke out these guys. We will kill even if they are anywhere in the earth or even they have gone to hell or heaven. We will take it out and eliminate them. There are situations which you have to do and we are doing it now. This is the first time I see the actions in Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah.
It is the first time you said the CRPF is taking action of someone who is married to the way the Pakistanis are being driven out from each state. If you go to Jharkhand, there are places, in thousands the Pakistani nationals are hiding. Their visa is over, but we have not done anything much about it. The main problem, I will come back to Pakistan attribution, which we have to do it. Either you go on short and strict or in long drawn. Soft and strict, we can go for, but we should not come out and say victorious. And we say that we have won the war, in spite of the fact that Pakistani military has laid down their arms. This is the ideal situation where you have able to create 5 fronts inside the Pakistan itself. There is a Balochistan, and I have got no problem of saying that we have created the condition in Balochistan. We have created the condition in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. We have created the conditions in Waziristan. We have created Saraki movement in Punjab. We have, in Sindh. We are doing, and then there is a thrust which is required, which has to be initially maybe soft and strength, but is a very long drawn battle.
One more breaking news update. General, getting in one more breaking news, sir. Just quickly getting in breaking news because Dr. S. Jaishankar has just tweeted. S. Jaishankar, India's External Affairs Minister, has just put out a statement saying that he discussed the Pahalgam terrorist attack with Foreign Minister Lavrov of Russia yesterday. Its perpetrators, backers, planners must be brought to justice. Keywords, Colonel Shailendra Singh. Perpetrators, Lashkar. Backers, Pakistani army. planners. Who all are we including in this?
I think the Prime Minister made it very clear.
Foreign Minister, external affairs.
No. Even in our case, the
Yes.
Prime Minister made it clear long back. What did he say? We will identify, we will track, and we will eliminate you. Very simple. Now those are being repeated by other countries. It is exactly on same line. The way our Prime Minister said, this is not an era of war, the whole world echoed that, this is not an era of war. But this time, the Prime Minister is also saying, and that is being probably repeated by everybody, that इस बार न्याय होगा, न्याय होकर ही रहेगा. In fact, Honorable Ambassador Vora will be able to correct me if I am wrong. I being his student, I can only say, what did the US say this time? Generally a statement issued is always, we stand with country, that is India. No. This time, catch the words. We stand with India strongly.
Yeah.
It has got an entirely different meaning. And let me tell you, though you could restrict, and you said, okay, there are 4 people who may take, whatever offense or non-offense, and we can discuss it off the camera.
Yeah.
You forgot the 5th Fauji, which was the bigger Fauji. You just skipped him. The 5th Fauji is none other than Vora sir.
Yeah.
You can't imagine what Fauji he is.
Yes.
And that is why he could speak on our behalf,
Yes.
In spite of your restriction.
Yeah.
More important now is that this backers and planner, iska matlab kya hai? That is more important.
Yeah.
When that country tells us that they are not saying now, nobody is telling us to go after the terrorist. They are saying backers. Whosoever is backing, including the overground workers here in our country, they are to be eliminated. The planners have to be eliminated. इनके आकाओं तक जाएंगे. This is what Prime Minister said. और ये आप देख रहे हैं, there is a repetition, clear-cut repetition by the Russian Foreign Minister when he says backers and planners must go. And we are declaring a war on that. We are not declaring a war on Pakistan, but we are declaring a war on terrorism. And if Pakistan is with that, well, this war is coming your way. You deserve it. You have earned it.
Yeah, and I'm going to end the show this evening with this map that I have of the ceasefire violations by Pakistan in the last few hours, last few days. Air Marshal Kapoor, quickly in 30 seconds, if you can sum this up. I'm just going to read out from this, from the 25th to today, the number of ceasefire violations, the instances that we've had in Kupwara. Between the 25th and 26th, ceasefire violated once. In Kupwara and Baramulla, again on the 26th, 27th, twice. Kupwara and Baramulla, again 27th, 28th, twice. And Kupwara, Poonch and Baramulla. The LOC and even the international border is hot. Air Marshal, last word to you, 30 seconds. If you can sum this up on our response to Pakistan at the LOC and border.
This is a tactics used by the army at the tactical level to keep the morale, motivation of the people in and around the surrounding areas going. So a couple of magazines are just busted. So they are just busted, and many times they are so scared when they hear any sound, they just fire. And it is to have an effect for their own people that we are ready, we are alert. And somehow they want to keep the other side on tenterhooks. The number of violations have increased because they have to play to their own audience. So they take the cameraman to these posts in their own country, and they show how ready they are. They show how their firing is going on. And that's how, and Pakistan is a very unique country. This country has lost every battle which it has fought with us. But narrative sold to their own countrymen is that they have won all. 93,000 prisoners were taken. They stayed in India for 3 years. That included 1 lieutenant general, 4 major generals, about 20 brigadiers. They enjoyed Indian hospitality. They had scotch here. But there is absolutely no mention about that in their own books and history. The country, their own
running out of time, sir,
was liberated into Bangladesh. But there is no narrative. It's only Kashmir and Kashmir. So somehow the army has been able.
Sorry to interrupt you there, sir, but I'm really cutting it really close now. I've run out of time. I have to end it here. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us on the burning question: can Pakistan last beyond 4 days in case of a blow up? They can't. We have the full details. Thanks for watching.